Hi, fifth graders. This is opinion lesson 7. And what we're going to do today is write our second body paragraph and use evidence to support our opinion. You'll notice that there is no pencil and paper here today because today you do not need to take notes. Our second body paragraph will be very similar to our first body paragraph. We're just going to go over what it needs to have and we're going to look at an example and then you will get started. So we have already written our introduction, our first body paragraph. And today we're looking at our second reason, so our second body paragraph. So what you will need today to begin writing is your graphic organizer, your pre-writing graphic organizer, your research notes, your statistic and professional quote, and that awesome writing tips chart for good transition words to use. I've already seen some of you use that and it's awesome. So let's just review what our body paragraphs should look like. We need to have a topic sentence, and in a complete sentence, state our reason. We need to have supporting evidence. So we're going to express an example, fact, or statistic to support our reason. An additional detail, in our own words, we're going to explain this example, fact, or statistic. Supporting evidence too. We're going to use a transition word using that handy dandy chart and state another example, fact, or statistic to support our reason. And we're going to have an additional detail that explains that second piece of evidence, that example, fact, or statistic, and have a concluding sentence. We're going to sum up what we have said about our reason. So let's look at an example of a body paragraph 2. So this body paragraph 2 is going to look a little different than our first one, but I'll talk about that in a second. So it's going to have a topic sentence, supporting evidence, additional detail, supporting evidence. There will not be an additional detail, and I'll show you why, and a concluding sentence. So here's an example. Having the cameras in place also motivates drivers to slow down and stop because they fear getting tickets and having to pay fines. According to a study by the Institute of Transportation Engineers, in just 1 year alone with the cameras installed, tickets decreased by about 68% in San Francisco. In Los Angeles, results were even better with a decrease of 92%. On the other hand, when the cameras were removed in Virginia Beach, within just a few months, the number of violations tripled. These drivers knew they were no longer being watched, and it obviously made a difference. The red light cameras definitely influence drivers' decisions because no one wants to pay a traffic ticket. So if you see, they have a topic sentence, check. They have supporting evidence, check. But they didn't go over that supporting evidence because they used not only two, it looks like about 3 supporting evidence details, and all of these were pretty much the same. So they used one sentence to go over the additional detail and explain those facts and statistics. And then they obviously had their concluding sentence. So what you can do when you're writing your second body paragraph, if you've got, say, 3 really good solid pieces of evidence, you can that all have something to do with each other, you can explain that example, fact, or statistic in one sentence after you combine all of those together. So this is a great example of having a body paragraph 2. You must be able to explain that example, fact, or statistic in your own words, though. So this person did that. It wouldn't be a great paragraph if they didn't have this green sentence right here, because you always need to explain. All right, so here's your assignment today. You're going to use this graphic organizer to write out your second body paragraph. Notice how it says paragraph 3, because yes, we're working on our second body paragraph, but overall we're working on the third paragraph of our entire essay. Your paragraph must have 6 sentences. That's what we should shoot for. However, if it does not, and you're using like what the previous example did, that's okay. As long as you are making sure that you have an additional detail somewhere in your body paragraph. Use quotation marks if you're quoting a professional. Use according to this study or this website if you're using a statistic or stating a fact. And then share your second body paragraph with your teacher. Your first body paragraphs looked amazing. I can't wait to see your second ones. All right, go ahead and get started.